What's up everybody, it is Calvin back in another video, and this time I'm talking about dating. So for all 23 people that watched my last video, I talked about things that you could do over the holidays if you were going to be home over Christmas and New Year's and things like that. And one of the things I actually mentioned was going on a date. And at first I had no intentions of doing this myself, but I did go on a date. And it was quite possibly the worst date that I almost have ever been on. It was almost the worst date ever. I've known this friend with benefits for, a couple of months, but this was probably the first real date I guess that we went on. And I didn't even call it a date. I thought we would just meet up for drinks. But anyway, according to this other person, it was a date. And that's what threw me for a loop, and that's why I was so angry, and that's why I'm making this video. So let's just dive right in to things that you shouldn't do if you're on a date with someone else. Apparently, some people like to text on their iPhones or Blackberries, for you weirdos out there, while they're with someone else at a bar. And we were at a nice wine bar as well. I get it. You have friends out there that you want to stay connected to. You have people that you want to touch base with. But if you are actually with someone else and you guys are sipping wine, getting to know each other, the only thing that says, pause, my phone's vibrating. If you're on your phone texting other people, especially if you're texting other potential romantic prospects, that says to me, our future is going nowhere. We're on a road to nowhere if you're on your phone texting. Who does that? If you're on a date, the only things that are important enough to text about is if you got a call from the New York Fire Department, or whatever they're called, to inform you that your apartment building has just burned down. That I can understand if you're on your phone, but honestly, if you're just texting other people, who wants to text other people when you're in the company of me? Something else that you probably shouldn't do if you're on a one-on-one date with someone is to actually give your attention to someone else at whatever establishment the two of you might be at. This date that I was on, we went to a wine bar. We're sitting side by side, and some old, trifling, ratchet queen comes in and sits next to my date and starts talking his ear off. And at first I thought that my date was being polite by engaging with the person, small talk here and there, I get it, don't be rude, but it quickly turned into my date full on shifting his body language towards the other person, and they're just talking. What the fuck? If you go on a date with someone and you start talking to anybody else for more than 14 seconds, the date is over. There really is no point unless maybe you buy all of my drinks, which is fine because he's on a budget, and if you want to buy drinks, not gonna complain. You shouldn't invite anyone else to come join you. Basically, if it's two people that are going for drinks and the intention is to have some sexy time, why would you ever invite anyone else to come join you? I can think of a few reasons why you might want to do that, but you wouldn't do it unless you asked my opinion on it first. If you are on a date with someone and they're doing all of these things that are just rubbing you the wrong way, don't let them rub up on you physically when you're trying to leave the bar, because that's what happened to me. This douche lord is like, I didn't know that this date was PG-13. My body, my choice. I always have a voice. So no, you can't touch me. It's great to date. Bedroom dates are a lot of fun, but trying to take a bedroom date out into the real world, sometimes it's not the best thing to do. Just don't have high expectations if all you guys really know from each other is the fun stuff that's kept behind closed doors. So it was a horrible date. I'm sure that I will go on many more horrible dates, but at the same time, I see some of the red flags that I just don't think anyone really needs to put up with. So if you have either texted anyone else while you're on a date, invited anyone else to come join you while you're on a date, given your attention to someone else at the bar, restaurant, or wherever you are for more than 14 seconds while you're on a date, or try to fondle someone after you've done steps 1, 2, and 3, no, don't do it. Don't do it. If you want to go on a date, go on a date. If it's a bad date, call it a night. I would respect you a little bit more if you had explosive diarrhea and you had to go home. But all of the other stuff, not okay. Not okay. So that is it for me in this video. You can always comment in the section box below to tell me some of the things that have happened to you on dates, good or bad, but I would prefer to hear the bad because that's always more entertaining. And you can tweet me at thatfashiondude. And I guess I will see you guys in another video. So until then, go to thatfashiondude.com and I'll see you guys soon. Bye! Something tragic has happened to your roommate or whatever, a family member. Whatever, 15%, that's nothing. You don't get anything after 15%. That's not even a good tip on a bill.